Good evening, everyone, from the Big Blue Pit. Jerry Hostetler with Jamie Miller at East Noble High School, and we're getting set for our national anthem before tonight's game, Westview and East Noble. And we're just about set for basketball here tonight from East Noble High School. Good to have you along. Sorry for the last minute coming on here tonight, but we're hoping to have a good basketball game here at the Big Blue Pit. A lot of history here, Jamie. A lot of great ball games have been played here over the years, even back in my day when the sectional was played down here.
Right. Those were the greatest memories, I think.
Man.
The one-class system where it was always played here because it was the biggest gym in the area. And it still might be. I'm not sure what newer gyms have been built, but a lot of great memories of this thing being completely full and Westview upsetting East Noble and that rivalry starting. And that's really where Westview really made their name,
right?
Statewide in those times is kind of upsetting some of those schools. So
well, it's kind of ironic because I guess we're going to be talking more about this than the actual game coming up. But the two schools have something in common. They had a coach by the name of Dennis Foster at one point in time in their history, and of course Dennis Foster turned the Westview program around back in the early 70s and really to the point where it is today. And the fans started coming out, and he really built the basketball program. We're very sorry to hear about his passing in December, and he was a great basketball coach at Westview. He went on to coach here at East Noble, then he went down to, I believe it was Knox, and coached there.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he'll be missed. He was an icon at Westview for a good many years and really built that program up. And, of course, a very special year back in 1973 when we knocked off East Noble here. Actually, that might have been Fairfield that year. I'd have to go back and look in the final game. And then we advanced to the regional down in Fort Wayne and knocked off Northside on the Friday evening and came back and took Northrop to overtime before the Warriors were eliminated, just very close to being gaining a berth in the semi-state.
I think what makes those times seem so good is that the gyms were always packed. That was always nice to see.
This place was rocking.
Now, if you get that, it's the exception rather than the rule.
Right.
So, but I was looking back 8 years ago. We came here and we only won 10 games that year. It wasn't our best season we've had, but we beat them in double overtime. I remember we came back, and Andrew Yoder hit a three right over here to send it in at least the first overtime. I can't remember if it was that one or the second one. And we were able to pull that out and come out here.
We were here for that game. We broadcasted that game. I remember that was that was an exciting film.
Certainly was. East Noble had a good year. They've had some really good years in recent seasons. This year they're down a little bit record-wise. But
2-8, yep.
They, I think I look at their offensive average and defensive average. I'll let you do the lineups, and we'll get into that.
All right, Jethro Hosteller, number 3, will be a starter for Coach Pribble and his Westview Warriors. Of course, Brady Yoder, their leading scorer. Also, Wade Springer And also Luke Helmuth and Wiley Minix round out the lineup for the Westview Warriors, who come in at 5-3 on the season. For East Noble, they'll start with the redhead, number 10, Owen Ritchie, a 6-foot senior. Number 12 will be Owen Van Gessel, a 6'2 junior for the East Noble Knights. They're under the direction of head coach Brandon Durnell, second year at East Noble. Carver Miller, a 5'11 senior, will be another starter for East Noble. And rounding out their lineup will be their big man, 6'6" senior Hunter Klein, wears number 33. And actually, Jacob Dime, a 5'9 senior, number 44, will be at a forward position. So it's Ritchie, Van Gessel, Miller, Klein, and Dime.
Dime looks bigger than 5'9 from up here, but
It sure does. That's what I thought. He looks like a power forward.
definitely very strong.
But their big guys, I mentioned, Hunter Klein. And he'll be jumping up center court with Jethro Hostetler. The tip is controlled by East Noble.
Always interesting to see how the team comes out after an extended break.
Right.
Had lots of practice, refreshed, and
But they're ready to go. You know, I think you've mentioned it in the past. Practice is, you know, or what you prepare for a game for, of course, but the fun is playing in the ball game. So
Yeah,
this is live competition here.
okay.
Hook shot is up and in by Hunter Klein under the basket. So East Noble takes the early lead at 2-zip.
Immediately they go down low and try to take advantage of their size, which is what I would expect them to do tonight.
Springer controlling right side for Westview. He'll pull it out front. Minix hits the three. Good start for Westview. Wiley comes in, averaging 12.5 points per game. Gets off to a good start here tonight. Westview up by 1. East Noble, the big guy, inside. And we have a whistle and a foul called underneath on Westview.
Yeah, they've thrown it inside in their first two possessions to 44. Is that Deem?
Yeah, I can't remember if it's Dime or Deem. I think it's Deem maybe.
Deem, and then the big guy Klein on the first two possessions, and we're going to have to adjust, or we're going to be giving up a lot of free throws and layups.
That's true. Klein hits his free throw, ties it up at 3. 7:05 to go first quarter. East Noble's played a lot of basketball in the last week. They were in a tourney over the holiday, and so they've had several games last week. In fact, they had 2 in one day, the way the schedule looks here from that tournament. With the ball, Brady Yoder. Klein working on him. Springer. Inside pass to Minix. Jethro back to Minix. Minix drives into the paint, puts it up. Good drive by Wiley Minix.
Sometimes a team like East Noble that starts out poorly on the year can kind of, pull it together a little bit after the break. I know their defensive average is getting better. It was at 70, but they're down to 60 now. So that shows some improvement.
Ritchie from outside, no good on the 3. Right there for the rebound is Wade Springer. Up to Helmuth. Luke drives, puts it up off the back of the iron, no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Jacob Dean. Dean will bring it up. Gives it to their point guard, Owen Ritchie. Directs a little traffic out front. Westview leads it by 1 at 5-4, 5:54 to go in the first quarter. Ball knocked away and stolen by Westview. Brady Yoder brings it all the way up, puts it up off the glass and got it. Westview with their biggest lead of the night, down 7-4. 5.5 minutes to go, first period. Ritchie out front. Takes it left side on the dribble and then hands it off. Dean gets it back to Richie. Richie drives the lane, puts it up, partially blocked, and once again Springer pulls down the rebound for Westview. Brady Yoder, no look pass to Wade, or rather Minix in the corner. Can't get the shot, but an offensive rebound by Luke Helmuth, and the long three is up and good by Brady Yoder.
Extra possessions. They're sprinting for I know at least early it looked like East Noble was in a zone. We haven't taken much time to shoot, so it's kind of hard to tell what they're in.
Timeout is called by Coach Brandon Durnell. Young coach, only in his second year at East Noble. And so we're going to take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're back at East Noble, ready to resume action after the timeout called by the Knights. And they have the basketball. Richie brings it across the timeline, goes right side with it on the pass to Klein. Bounce pass inside to the big guy Klein. And we have another foul on Westview.
Brady tried to sneak in there that time and double and potentially get a steal. But the big body kind of protected him.
Lob pass out front to Klein. Shot in the air is good. And is that Bowker? That's what I have on for 32.
There's a big shot for East Noble to keep them in the game.
That brings them back within 3. With the ball out front is Wiley Minix. He'll get it to Wade Springer. Springer bounce passes it right side to Luke Helmuth. Now he'll Brady coming across the lane underneath on the baseline. Turnaround jumper's no good, knocked out of bounds.
East Noble in a man-to-man that time. Brady, as we've seen many opponents do, putting a taller guy on him.
Yeah.
Try to takes away his inside game a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see if the coach runs some isolation from the perimeter to see if we can take advantage of that.
Brady at 5'10" and Klein at 6'6". Wiley Minix trying to guard the big guy. Good steal by Brady Yoder. Coming back behind Dean. Minix down the baseline, can't find room there, just runs into the big guy. Now Brady a long three from the right side, nothing but net. It looks like he's feeling it so far in this ball game.
Yeah, he's definitely locked in, taking good shots, playing really good defense.
13-7 now. Westview's opened up a 6-point lead. Now it's past to Klein on the left side. He'll pop it from out there and got it.
Yeah, Klein's got a pretty nice game. He's got a good first step for a big guy. And that time he pulled out and shot it.
Minix misses from the corner right side, chased down and grabbed by Klein. He gets it into the hands of his guard, Richie, and Richie brings it up. Richie penetrates. He'll force it up underneath on the right side. Misses a shot. Klein with the rebound, but boys, goes to the floor hard. He might be hurt. So he went up for the rebound. The foul's going to be called on Westview. And Klein came down hard on his back, I believe.
Yeah, Luke got his arm on that rebound attempt and pulled him down. So good physical play, nothing malicious about it, but
right.
East Noble, they're really showing, I think their high point total for the year is 69 points. They scored against Carroll. They did have a triple overtime game against Columbia City where they scored 76. But in regulation, they scored 68 against Cherubusco. I think we only have 3 common opponents so far. We beat Cherubusco by 30 or 40. Could have been 40 if we kept everybody in there. They beat Cherubusco by 40. We beat Central Noble by 1. And recently they lost at Central Noble by 15. And then early in the season, they lost to Lakeland by 12.
Right.
And recently we eked out a 1-point win. So, if you do comparative scores, it would show that Westview is a little bit ahead of them. But a lot of times it's about matchups. We don't have a big guy.
Right.
And every team knows that by now. And they scout and they plan. And what we're going to have to adjust, because they're doing pretty well with throwing it inside and getting what they want to from the big guy. We'll see if he's going to come out of the game temporarily. We'll see how he fares when he comes back in.
And we'll see if he stays out or they take him back to the locker room. But it looks like he's going to take a seat on the bench, possibly. Maybe not. Just shaking hands with everybody. He's going to sit down, and yeah, we'll probably see him back in there. He's able to get off the court under his own power.
Yeah, he's going back to the bench now. You got to wait at least till one more stoppage of play to get in.
Well, that's what I thought. Once you're down and they have to call an injury timeout, that's normally the case.
Yeah, now they're mopping the floor with their shoes. They tried to get him back in, but referee told him he's got to wait.
I think you can lose a contact though and stay in the game, right? I'm not sure. I know.
That's a good question. I think you're right.
It's another thing Coach Foster used to use a lot. Shot underneath is no good. Rebound East Noble. Van Gessel puts it up. He misses, and now another foul call. This time it goes against East Noble going up over the back.
Yeah, East Noble's kind of playing volleyball in there right now with the offensive board, so we're going to have to root them out of there a little bit. They did call a foul that time on number 12.
Van Gessel picks up his Free throw grabbed out there by Westview's Brill.
Well, this should be a good test for the Warriors without their leading scorer and Mr. Do Everything out there.
Shot by Minix is good.
It's a big shot. Wiley doesn't create a lot off the dribble, but to see him do that without Brady in there, he knows, hey, I'm the guy now.
Well, he had a good penetration into the lane earlier in the ball game, too. I'm pleased with his aggression tonight. Driving is Bowker. Gets it inside to Klein, and he puts it up and in.
East Noble does a really nice job of working the ball and getting it to the big guy in there.
Westview with the 3-point lead now at 17-14, and we're down to 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Backdoor pass and try to get it into Minix from Luke Helmuth, and misses. Rebound East Noble, and time expires. So we played 8 minutes of basketball from the Big Blue Pit at East Noble High School, and our score, Westview 17, East Noble 14. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this 60-second timeout. And we're back at East Noble High School, getting set for second quarter action. Westview inbound to begin the second period. Camden Yoder remains in the contest along with Luke Helmuth, Wiley Minix, Owen Brill, and Jethro Hostetler. Driving, a shot is up and no good by Jethro. Gets his own rebound, gives it off to Brill. Out of Minix.
East Noble in kind of a trapping defense right now, so should be some openings.
And there's one right there for Owen Brill.
That's a big shot. Keep us going out there. That's the first points from anybody on the floor right now other than Wiley.
Yeah, we need to get some other players involved here, especially with Brady on the bench. Klein, he'll put it up on the, got good athletic ability, good move inside.
Yeah, he now has 11 of their 16.
Jethro Hostetler in control for Westview out front. Between the circles, goes left side to Luke Helmuth. He'll work it right side to Brill. 2016 Westview. Minute gone in the second quarter. Foul on East Noble. That's going to go against Klein, his first.
You know, it seems like every time we come over here, they have some big guy
They do.
that scores all their points.
Yeah, you're
Can't
right.
remember the name of the guy who went on to be an offensive lineman somewhere, but he's like 6'9", and I think he had like 35 points against us.
Yeah. He was just big.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they had Ali, who was
Yep.
6'8" or something, but yeah. Shot outside by Brill, doesn't go this time. Good offensive rebound, the feed inside from Minix to Luke Helmuth, and can't get it to go.
Yeah, that's a tough break. We got to make those little bunnies.
With the ball out front is Carter Savoy. He passes to Van Gessel. Good block from behind by Wiley Minix.
Yeah,
Luke
Jethro
Helmuth.
got elbowed in the face that time, but
Ouch. Wiley stops up in the paint, gives off to Luke way outside. His three-pointer bounces off the back of the rim and no good. Chased down by East Noble's Carver Miller, or rather Carter Savoy.
one more dribble last time, and I think Wiley would have had a layup.
Three-pointer in the air by Van Gessel is good.
Well, that time we doubled the post, doubled the big guy, and he kicked it out for a three. So we're searching for answers right now on this end of the floor.
1-point ball game, 20-19. Westview with the ball and the lead. Feed inside of Minix, takes it down to the baseline, gives off underneath the. No, that's Luke Helmuth. Puts it up off the glass and got it to go. It's going to count. Good hustle by Luke.
Yeah, one of his best qualities is his persistence in there. He gets a lot of loose balls, and that time he was able to put it in and get the foul. I think it was on foul's on 14. I thought it was on 33.
So that's Hankins, his first.
Well, it's good that Westview can maintain this lead with Brady on the bench.
Right. Luke can't get the free throw to go. 22-19, Westview up 3. 5.5 minutes to go first half. Back in action on Friday night over at Westview as the Warriors will host the LaVille Lancers. Hope you can make it out for that game at the Westview gym. Turnaround jumper is good by Klein. 13 now for the 6'6" senior.
Yeah, Klein's really confident right now and thinks he can about do anything out there.
Drill. Now to Wade Springer. Luke Helmuth high on the wing, left side. Gives out to Springer in the corner. Bounce pass down low to Minix. To Brill. Back to Springer, and we have a timeout called by Coach Pribble of Westview. 4:46 to go, second quarter. Westview 22, East Noble 21, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're back at East Noble, ready to resume action after the timeout called by Westview. Brady Yoder back at the ball game. He'll inbound for the Warriors. We'll give it in to Springer, back to Brady. Brady with 2 fouls. Camden Yoder back to Brady. Bounce pass to Springer in the corner. It'll go to Brill. Brill gets it to Brady right at the free throw line, and Brady pops it.
I think that was a 1-3-1 zone that time by East Noble. Tried to surprise us coming out of the timeout.
Brady now with 12 on the night. 4:20 to go first half. Shot way outside for 3 is no good by Ritchie. Rebound Westview. Brady Yoder, he'll take the quick 3 and hits.
Yeah, it makes a difference having Brady in the game, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yeah, he's just instant offense.
I think I might have been right. I think he's really feeling it tonight.
Good defense by Wade that time.
Ritchie trying to power his way inside, couldn't do it. Shot is up, no good by Bowker. Back on the Warriors. Brady again for 3. This time it's short. Inside pass on the offensive rebound. The shot's up and good by Springer.
Nice job by Camden to see Wade under there.
Wade Springer, his first 2 of the night. And a good offensive rebound, like you said, Jamie, from Camden. The little guy in the paint grabbed that rebound and fed it inside of the open man.
Well, he was wise enough to know that he was outmanned in there if he tried to put the shot up. So
found the open guy. Camden gets it right side, finds another opening. This time it's Minix. He misses his shot, goes out of bounds. Last touch by East Noble. It's going to be Westview basketball.
You don't usually see much emotion from Brady out there, but I think he thought he got shoved down pretty hard on that rebound.
Yeah, he was questioning the ref on that.
Really good ball movement that time and good shot on that possession.
Springer looking to trigger it in for the Warriors. He gets it into Camden, who is double teamed, and it goes through the hands of Minix, and it's going to be a turnover on Westview as he recovers it. East Noble side of the court. Back into the ball game comes Luke Helmuth, and coming out will be Wiley Minix for a rest.
Yeah, I figured they would put Luke on the big guy. He's a physical defender. I think he's got one foul, though, so he needs to be careful down there and not.
Van Gessel feeds it inside. No good by Dean. Puts it back up and in. First two of the night for Dean. Brady Yoder with the ball. He'll give it to Helmuth. Right side back out to Brady. 29-23 Westview. 2:35 to go first half. Brady. High post left side. Puts it up and in.
Yeah, it's his comfort zone coming off that screen. The left-handed pull-up.
We don't have Dan here to do stats, but he certainly hasn't missed many shots here tonight from anywhere on the court.
Got 17 right now.
Van Gessel spins inside, can't find room, gets it back. Now hits Ritchie for a three, and that's off the mark. Chased down by Owen Brill, and he gets it to Brady Yoder. 2 minutes to go in the ball, or in the first half. Brady drives, puts it up, can't get it to go, spins out. Klein, good anticipation and steal by Springer on the attempted pass by Klein. Now long three by Camden. Yoder is long. Grabbed by Ritchie on the rebound. He'll get it to Van Gessel. Back come the East Noble Knights. Ritchie out front, goes left side, pulls it back to Hankins. Hankins goes to Van Gessel, back to Ritchie. Inside the pass goes to Dean. He'll put it up and in.
East Noble does a nice job of getting what they want. You know, when they have their problems is when they're missing some threes and we're getting out in transition. But they're doing overall a nice job. I think we're going to try to get Wiley in here before probably get Brady out of there with a minute to go and 2 fouls.
68 seconds to go. Brady's shot might have been partially blocked. It was way short on the attempted three, but good offensive rebound again by the Warriors. Now Brill, he likes that spot in the corner left side. He hits his second three of the night from there.
Such a big bonus to the team when we can get another shooter out there, and he's doing a nice job.
Van Gessel, long range, no good. Once again, Deem, who's really inserted himself into that lineup. And we've got an offensive foul on Ritchie as he tried to drive the lane.
Well, that's big because we get the ball back, probably hold for one, and we can get Brady out of there if he wants.
Good defense, and I didn't see who he knocked over. Was that Camden?
Yeah, no, Springer took the charge.
That's right.
Yeah, actually he's going to keep Brady in there, so.
Hopefully he won't pick up that third foul.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't charge into anybody. Or East Noble looks, they're going man-to-man.
Brady with the ball right side with 25 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's passed to Minix.
Now we'll go for one. I think we were looking for an easy one, but because we didn't get it right away, we'll hold it for one.
Springer bounce passes it to Brady. Fakes his shot. He'll give it to Helmuth. Good backdoor pass, but on the attempted reverse layup, Minix can't get it to go. Shot in and out on the last second shot by Mason Hankins, or rather Carter Savoy. And so the Warriors will go to the locker room with a 9-point lead over East Noble, 34-25. We'll take a 2-minute break here, and we'll be back with stats and scoring and talk about this first half that's in the books from East Noble High School right after this 2-minute timeout.
Welcome back to East Noble High School as we are at halftime of the Warriors against the Knights. The number for the night to remember is 17. Westview jumped out to a 17-14 lead in the first quarter, scored another 17 in the second quarter, and Brady Yoder's got 17.
Wow.
So even a moderate math major could probably figure out that he's got half our points. So for Westview, Brady does have 17. Wiley Minix had 7. I think most of those were in the first quarter. Wade Springer added a bucket for 2. Luke Helmuth a bucket for 2. And Owen Brill, 2 big three-pointers from the left-hand corner over there for 6 points to round out the scoring for Westview. For East Noble, Owen Van Gessel, number 12, 6'2 guard, had 5. He had 1 three-pointer. Actually, their only three-pointer of the night, and a 2-pointer. Hunter Klein, the 6'6 senior, has really kept East Noble in this game. He's got 13 of their 25, has 5 field goals, 3 free throws to round up to get that 13. Been kind of a difficult matchup, especially early on. Jacob Deem, number 44, a 5'9 senior, added 4 points on 2 field goals, and Nathan Bowker added 3 with a field goal and a free throw. So Westview 17-14 and 17-11 has amounted to this 9-point lead. We missed a layup right before the buzzer that could have given us our biggest lead of this game. Now, this may be our biggest lead now, but it certainly would have given double digits at 30, would have been 36-25. So then they came down and almost banked in a three-pointer, which looked like the Lakeland end of the game. So
we've seen enough of those this year, those calls and ones that were successful. So
yeah, I thought the key to the first half was Brady got in foul trouble in the first quarter. Had to come out with a minute or so left in the first quarter. We had something like a 4 or 5 point lead, and by the time he came back in, I think it was down to 1 maybe, but we had maintained, scored some points. Owen Brill hit a 3, and then he came back in and immediately lit up East Noble for I think 7 quick ones or 8 quick ones maybe.
That first one, he was wide open. You had mentioned that they started that trapping defense.
Yeah.
And that left Owen wide open on that 3. And sometimes those are harder to make than when you're covered up and, have a little pressure.
One thing we're getting tonight that we haven't had every game is open shots.
Right.
We're moving the ball well to our credit, but East Noble does a lot of switching defenses. And sometimes when you do that as a team, it maybe shows that you haven't mastered any particular defense. And so it does give the other team openings. When they played us straight up, I think we were up 22-21, and they went to that 1-3-1. We immediately got a wide open 15-footer at the foul line that Brady hit. And then he came down and hit one off the break, and it just kind of gave us a boost that we needed. He was able to come in and play that last 4+ minutes of the second quarter without getting his 3rd foul.
I'd say he looks fairly comfortable out there tonight.
Yeah, he really does. He knows where his shots are. And, we've seen him at times this year force some shots, especially in the lane.
Right.
But for the most part, you haven't seen that. He's aggressive, and he needs to be. And he's finding a few paths. He missed, we've missed, 3-4 layups at least.
Oh, yeah.
Where, Wiley missed one, Luke missed 1 or 2, Brady missed that one. I mean, we could easily have a 15, 16-point lead out there right now.
That's true.
But such is life. That happens in basketball. But overall, we've made the plays needed. Be interesting to see if we can continue stopping number 33 out there on the court, Klein.
Yep.
He just, I think the second quarter later we started fronting him a little bit, and we had help behind. And typically that screws up your defensive rotation. But at some point, you got to try something different.
Right.
And we did, and it seemed to slow them down a little bit. So, East Noble did pretty good. They shot fairly well, but there was that little stretch when Brady came in. They missed a few. We made a few, and that accounted for blowing the game open just a little bit. So, Jethro, no points out there. Used to seeing him put in a few key baskets, so I would look for him to maybe get a couple this half. And then, certainly hope Brady keeps up his – on the road, you don't want to rely on good shooting to win. You want to be able to stop the other team from scoring.
Had five different scores in that first half.
Brady, of course, led everybody, as you mentioned, and then Minnick, Springer, Helmuth, and Brill all put points in the book for the Warriors. East Noble had, about three
or four mini runs to where they get back within 3 or 1. I think the closest they got back was 1. But,
right, they never took the lead.
Right.
And, they're a fairly tough team to defend. It reminds me a little bit of Central Noble, where they have a big guy. You can throw it into him, and he can kick it out to the shooters. East Noble does have some shooters, and so then, you say you don't want to double the big guy too much, because then they'll kick it out and start hitting threes.
Right. So far, we've held them to 1-3, and that was Van Gessel in that second quarter. It seems like Klein might have hit one, though. Maybe I didn't.
He had a 15-footer on the wing.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't a 3. It was, that's his only outside shot, I believe.
Yeah. So, I think the thing we got to feel good about is we're getting open shots. And this team has proven when you get open shots, we're pretty good at them.
Right.
So, as long as we take good shots and we can at least slow them down. In the second quarter, we held them to 3 points less than we did the first quarter. So if we can keep that, that up, I think it's going to work out well for us. But East Noble's at home. They always seem to play pretty good against Westview, and they'll be ready here.
Just about ready for the second half of play. 34-25 as we begin. Westview with that 9-point lead. Once again, a reminder coming up Friday night at Westview. LaVille will be in town for the first time since 2017, 2018 it would have been, right?
That's right.
In that exciting sectional game between 1 and 2 in the 2A rankings in the state.
Sectional semifinal game.
Yeah.
LaVille was undefeated coming into that game at 23-0. And we were able to pull it out. And they still have the same coach, same program. They're not in our sectional. They were in it the following year, but they haven't been in it for, I think, 3 years now. So it'd be kind of neat to renew an old rivalry.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Be good to get back home. East Noble with the ball to begin the second half. With it out front is Bowker. Nathan Bowker gets it to Van Gessel. Back to Bowker. They'll work it out front to Savoy. He looks right side to Deem. Deem to Bowker. Now right side it'll go to Van Gessel. East Noble being patient on offense here. Inside to Klein, inside the paint. He's been in there about 10 seconds. Finally gets out. Carter Savoy bounce passes it to Deem. Deem works it into the paint. He'll put it up strong and got it.
Well, we played really good defense that possession. We just kind of got overpowered on that drive a little bit.
Half a dozen for Deem now, all underneath power moves like that. Luke Helmuth goes right side to Springer, underneath Minix, and we have a foul before the shot. Underneath, that's going to go against Nathan Bowker, the sophomore.
Wiley has a really quick spin move on those post moves. I like it. I like us posting him up down there on 32.
He looks comfortable down there.
Even
though he's not, doesn't have extreme height or anything, but yeah.
He's got a nice high release, so he plays big down there and a really soft touch around the basket.
Savoy takes it left side. He'll go on a pass to Van Gessel. Now they'll get it inside to Klein. They'll work it into the corner to Bowker, and his three-pointer's off the mark. Now Jethro loses a handle, picked up by East Noble. Deem drives it. Strong movement and swatted away. Gets it back, puts it up off the glass. Won't go. Spins off, and Luke Helmuth with a rebound. He'll get it to Brady Yoder.
That was some ugly basketball there for a little
bit. That was. For that brief 15 seconds
or whatever it was pretty bad. Now we have a whistle and a foul's going to go against Westview.
Yeah, that's a shot Luke can hit. He hasn't made any tonight yet, and you wonder if maybe we could get a little bit easier one. East Noble's been giving up fairly easy shots tonight, so I think that was the coach might have been pointing out that he had a lane to drive right there.
Luke picks up his second foul. That might have been like a frustration foul.
Yeah, it was.
Klein tries to get it inside. He does to Van Gessel, and Van Gessel had the opening and banks it in off the glass. Van Gessel with 6. Minix gets it to Jethro. Now right side of it to go to Wade Minix, or Wade Springer. Shot by Minix from the top of the key, no good. Klein brings it out. Ball deflected into the hands of Jethro on the tip, and back on the Warriors. Wiley Minix with the 3, and he hits.
That's a big shot after he just missed the one on the previous possession.
Right back at it, yep.
30-second timeout by Westview here.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're back to action here at East Noble. East Noble will be inbounding underneath the Westview basket. And Carter Savoy will get it in to Nathan Bowker.
I think that timeout was probably to set our defense with the things that East Noble has started doing this half, because they've got 2 layups so far.
Klein, power move inside, kind of forced it up, misses badly, and Luke Helmuth peels away the rebound. Inside to Brady. Brady tries to make a move, can't, gives it to Minix for another 3, can't get the roll. Pulled down by Dean. He'll get it to Carter Savoy. Savoy looks right, then goes, or left, goes right. Now to Van Gessel. Owen Van Gessel goes left side to Bowker. He drives the baseline. We have a whistle and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Luke Helmuth. Oh, he is third.
Yeah, he's going to have to come out. The offensive player got a step on him that time.
Out front, Westview now. Jethro Hosteller, he lobs it into Brady. He'll put it up and in.
Nice patience that time. We've not done a great job of getting the best shot we can get this half, and I like that shot that time.
19 points now for Brady. 39-34 Westview, 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Klein with the basketball left side. Drives it into the lane. He'll put it up from about 10, and he misses. It spins out, and Springer gets a rebound. Brady tries to feed Minix underneath, and ball was tipped out of bounds by Savoy, and he's pleading his case that Minix took it out on his own free will. But
those are the kind of plays, especially. I'm glad I'm not a referee.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Shot by Brady's no good, but he picks up a foul. Or draws the foul.
Well, so far, this has just been an entertaining game with both teams making plays and keeping it somewhat close. It'd be nice if we could put a little run together and get this thing out over double digits. We've never been able to get it to double digits.
East Noble's kind of hanging in there because we're missing a lot of shots there in the second half, including that free throw there by Brady, who hasn't missed much at all tonight. But
yeah, we're definitely not on pace for 17 this quarter.
Nope, it's going to take a miracle to get there. He hits his third free throw of the night, gives him an even 20 points on the evening. 40-34 now, Westview by 6.
Well, this is the end where I think it starts if we're going to score. We've got to get stops and get out in transition.
Savoy bounce pass left side to Van Gessel, way out front. Klein again on the three, his second three of the half. I guess if we're not going to let him get those shots inside, he's going to take the threes.
Yeah, and you would say, okay, we'll let him have them, but he looks really good shooting it.
He does. Foul underneath again. Savoy's going to pick it up. He has the hard job of trying to guard Brady.
It's kind of a contest right now between Brady and Klein to see who's going to end up with the most points.
That's true. Klein with 19, Brady with 20. 2:25 to go, third quarter. Springer drives it into the lane and pulls it out on the pass to Luke Helmuth. They go up top to Wiley Minix. Minix drives and gives out to Brill. I think I called him Luke again. Shot by Brady's no good. We miss a layup there.
Yeah, if we end up losing this game and they look back at the tape and see how many layups they missed, they're going to be kicking themselves. It's one of those things that looks so easy from up here.
Yeah, I know. 3-point ball game, 40-37. A lot of missed shots for the Warriors this half. Klein gets it to Ritchie. Now down low will come to Deem, and he has his ball stripped away. Jethro Hostetler comes out with it. He'll pull up and give it off to Brady. To Minix. Now Brill. He'll take a three and hits.
Every time East Noble starts getting back,
Brill
hits a three.
Yeah, third three of the night for Owen. His high point game came against Bethany Christian with 9 points, so he's evened his high. That was against Elkhart Christian. Shot is up and good again by Klein, this time a two-pointer. He has 21. Minute 10 to go, third quarter. 43-39. Westview with a 4-point lead. Jethro Hostetler gets it to Wiley Minix. He'll give off to Wade Springer. Inside a minute. Now Brady, good backdoor feed from Springer, and Brady puts it up and in.
That time Brady got that and went straight up, kind of got his balance and was able to knock it in.
Ritchie feeds inside to Van Gessel. Now Ritchie will put it up on the fly. They thought it was going to be an offensive foul there, but Springer had position. But
yeah, he got knocked down once on a push-off, jumped back up, took another charge, and I
he's hurting a little bit. He might have got the wind knocked out of him that time.
At some point, you fall down too much, they're not going to give you that call, even though I think that was a charge.
Yeah, and I think Coach Pribble does too. He was having a polite discussion with the referee. Ritchie puts in a first free throw of the night for him.
Wade he's done a nice job this quarter. He's got his hands on a lot of passes and post digs in there and helped us get some stops.
He's been hustling. Another shot by Ritchie is up and good. 4 now for the guard. 45-41, Westview by 4.
Don't think we'll go for one just yet. We'll probably probe a little bit and see what we can get out of it.
Brady will take the quick shot, and he hits from about 15 off the right side of the lane. 47-41 now. 23 seconds to go, third quarter. Shot outside is no good by Hampkins. Rebound Westview. Now we'll probably go for the last shot.
Yeah, I believe so.
10 seconds. And we're down to 5 minutes with it at the free throw line. He's going to have to force it up here. And he does, and it's off. No good, and that is the buzzer for the end of the third quarter of play here for the Big Blue Pit. Westview 47, East Noble 41. We'll be back with the fourth quarter from East Noble right after this 60-second timeout. And we're back at East Noble, 47-41 as we enter the fourth quarter of play here for the Big Blue Pit. Westview will inbound to begin the quarter. Jethro Hosteller wearing number 3 on that Westview uniform. Inbounds to number 33, Luke Helmuth.
Looks like we're going to run a set play to get this fourth quarter party started.
Brill double teamed on the right side. We have a whistle and a foul called on a reach in on East Noble. Looks like Hampkins is going to pick up the foul, his second.
Yeah, Owen wasn't quite ready for that trap that time. We got
Brady inbounding right in front of our bench. Gets it back on a handoff from Luke Helmuth, not a Jethro. Hostetler backs it out, gives off to Helmuth.
East Noble comes out at the start of each quarter playing really good defense. So we just need to be patient here, and throughout the quarter, it seems like we'll probably get them to break down a little bit.
Jethro, good fake on the baseline, puts it up. Oh, we can't get it. Ball tipped out. Ritchie with the rebound on the tip. You get it to Van Gessel. Back out front, or come to Owen Ritchie. Now we get it into the hands of Carter Savoy.
East Noble chasing 6. Down 47-41. Klein with it. Hit a couple of threes in that third quarter. He drives this time, and we have a whistle before the shot. Like Wiley might have reached in there and picked up the foul. It's number 2 on Wiley.
Really a tough matchup for us tonight, but we're hanging in there.
I don't think East Noble's led at all. Well, yeah, they did. They scored the first basket of the game, didn't they? 2-0. Shot off the glass in the inbound play by 6-foot senior Owen Ritchie. 47-43, Westview up 4. Be nice to get a basket here.
Yeah, we really need to keep scoring because our defense is not getting a lot of stops right now.
Hosteller inside to Helmuth. Fakes, puts it up, got it.
Yeah, nice move that time by Luke. Nice of us that time to find a matchup that favored us down low.
The ball out front is Hampkins. Now into the hands of Ritchie. Ritchie takes it right side, then feeds Klein. They'll go to Savoy, who's open, takes it into the paint, then gives off to Hampkins. Hampkins puts it in the hands of Klein, and he's fouled before he went up for the shot. So it'll be another foul on Westview. This time it's going to be number 3 on Brady.
I did not see that. I thought they were going to call Wiley from bumping him from behind.
Yeah, I didn't see Brady commit that foul as well. Brill coming out. Back into the ball game comes Wade Springer. Inbounding is Savoy. He gets it into Ritchie. Ritchie out front to Bowker. Bowker to Savoy. Back to Bowker right side. Bounce pass on the baseline to Klein, and he puts on a strong move down the baseline, puts it up off the glass and good.
Well, Jethro came to double, but he's got to jump up there and double that hard. He just kind of stood there and let him slither through there.
23 now for Klein. Brady with 24 for the Warriors.
Looks like we're going to try to get it into Luke again and post him up, but our spacing isn't very good. We're not having a chance for a good pass.
Brady with the ball. Gets it out to Jethro. Was open momentarily. Tried to drive behind the back pass. It goes to Minix. Minix into the lane. Can't find a shot. Gives out to Jethro. He'll take a couple step move in, and he's fouled, and they're going to the free throw line.
One of these times, we're going to get one of these layups to drop. I think we're up to 8 that haven't gone in tonight.
Yeah, that would have been a nice place for a three-point play there in the old-fashioned way. But it just wouldn't fall. So Jethro at the line for the first time tonight and yet to score. So let's see if he can get into the book here. And he does as he rattles it in. 5-point lead now for Westview. 5:05 to go in the ball game. Second shot by Jethro is good. So he hits them both. 51-45 stretches the Warrior lead out to 6. Owen Ritchie goes left side on the pass to Bowker. Bowker to Van Gessel, back to Savoy. Now the shot by Bowker's off the mark, tipped around, grabbed by Wiley Minix. Gets it to Luke, now to Brady. Brady back to Luke, goes to Minix, right side. Now to Helmuth. 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Good patience by the Warriors. Now an open shot for Wade. Didn't quite
Get squared up. Shots up, no good again. We miss another one. Brady scooped it up. And we've seen how many of those go in.
win already this year, but that one just wouldn't drop.
We have been between 4 and 6 on the lead for almost this whole quarter.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to get the thing up just a little more.
I mean, you talked briefly about missed shots in that first half, but my goodness, we could go on and on and on this half. Another drive strong to the basket by Klein, and he has surpassed Brady now with 25 points on the evening. Brady with 24. Timeout on the court. 3:57 to go. Fourth period. We'll be back right after this. Wiley Minix will inbound for Westview as we resume action after the timeout. Just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Westview 51, East Noble 47.
East Noble's done something unique defensively out of most of their timeouts tonight. We'll see what they do right here. Yeah, double team right away. This might be a way for us to get an easy shot.
Wade, good ball handler, dribbles right around it. Minix with an open shot but can't get it to go. Chase down in the hands of Bowker. Bowker gets it to Savoy. Savoy across the 10-second stripe. East Noble down by 4, 51-47. Ritchie down the baseline.
He'll put it up. Short, no good. Luke Helmuth rips down the rebound for the Warriors. Back they come. Wade Springer on the right wing, pulls it out front. Feeds it down low to Jethro, and he'll back it out on the wing.
Luke, top of the circle, takes it into the lane, fakes, and then we have a foul as Klein picks up the foul.
I like the drive by Luke. I don't know that he had intentions necessarily to even shoot that, but it's nice to take it in there and make him play some defense. And they're going to give it to him on the shot.
Wow.
No, that's their 7th foul.
There you go.
1-1. I was looking at the wrong number over there.
East Noble with 17 fouls and Westview with 5. Luke misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Hits off the back of the rim, and East Noble with the basketball. Savoy gets it to Ritchie. Ritchie goes right side to Klein. Klein up top to Van Gessel, and they'll swing it around to Savoy. Cross courts it to Bowker. Back out front to Ritchie.
Westview really playing off a 24.
Yes, Savoy has no points at all tonight.
Pretty good ball handler.
Burns able to penetrate and pass the ball off to the bigger guys underneath. But
yeah, he doesn't even look at the basket.
No. Had a foul from behind on Springer on Klein, so Hunter Klein will be shooting 1-and-1, right?
Nope, that's 6.
Oh, that just became 6. Okay, I didn't know they had put it up. There we go. Pass inside. Van Gessel can't find the handle. Gets it back, puts it up and in.
Yeah, way too easy. It's hard to play great defense for 45 seconds and then give up a bunny on an inbounds play.
2-point game. Now Minix from the corner, and he hits.
Now that's some confidence right there. You just about airballed the previous one.
Yeah.
You come down, they've cut it to 2, and you hit a 3. That's a big shot.
Huge. 3rd 3 of the night for Wiley. Van Gessel cross courts it left side, and that is Van Gessel, or rather Bowker to Savoy. In the corner, shots up and good by Bowker from 3.
That figures.
Yeah.
We like playing these one-possession games.
We sure do.
I don't necessarily like announcing them, but Westview seems to like playing them. I don't know if the coaching staff would agree, but.
Springer to Jethro. We're getting close to a minute to go in this ball game. 1:20.
Yeah, this has gone by quickly.
2-point game. Westview with the lead. Taking some time off the clock. Working for the good shot here. Brady bounce passes it to Springer, and we have a timeout called by Coach Pribble. 54-52, 67 seconds to go in the ball game. We'll be back right after this 60-second timeout. And we're back at East Noble High School. 54-52. Westview leads East Noble with only 67 seconds to go in this ball game.
Well, I think we want to be aggressive here. I don't think a minute is a lot of time when you're trying to protect the ball. And we haven't exactly lit it up from the free throw line tonight. We got to shoot 3 1-and-1s to get to the double bonus. So I think let's work the ball and get the best, quickest shot we can get. They're not necessarily quick, but a good shot.
Brady inbounding in front of the East Noble fans. Gets it into Springer, and Springer is fouled by Bowker.
And that might be what they were trying to do there. Wade hadn't scored but 2 points tonight. Hasn't had any free throws.
Bowker's fourth foul. Now Wade with a field goal, and that's it. Free throws up off the back of the rim.
Wow.
Van Gessel with a rebound. He'll give it to Savoy, and a chance for East Noble to tie or take the lead with a 3. Inside a minute to go, and now we have a timeout called by East Noble.
Can't believe we've gotten to this point. You know, I just kept thinking.
We've controlled this whole game, and because of missed layups and missed free throws, we just cannot put it away, and now they have a chance to win. Frustrating.
Yeah, we keep, and I think you feel the same way. We just keep waiting for Westview to go on a run and put 6, 8, 10 points on the board.
East Noble has turned up the defense a little bit this quarter, I believe, and you know, they've kind of settled in that they know what we're doing. You know, when's the last time Brady's had a clean look?
Right.
It's been a while.
You have to give their defense some credit there. But then we're not helping them hard enough to find those openings either with screens.
Yeah, with the way they're playing defense, East Noble playing defense right now, you're kind of in a scramble situation.
Right.
So it takes you out of your offense, and that's part of the problem.
2-point ball game at 54-52. Referees come over to call the team out of their huddles after that full timeout here.
Well, we should be pretty prepared for this kind of scenario. Yeah, 3 out of our last 4 games have come down to the final shot.
We have a lot of experience in close ball games.
East Noble doesn't have any game even remote. Well, they did have a 3 overtime, but other than that one, they don't have any game that's even close to single either way.
Carter Savoy will inbound for East Noble, or try to, and he's going to call a timeout. Couldn't get it in. So he called a timeout before the 5 seconds expired. So that'll give me a chance. Dan's going to fire me. We are selling alumni game videos. If you're interested, we did record the alumni game, which was back on December the 16th, something like that. Anyway, and we do have those videos available on our website. You can order them. All proceeds go to the Westview Athletic Boosters Club. LaGwana Media, LaGwana doesn't take any of that money. It all goes to the Westview Athletic Boosters Club. So if you're interested in purchasing one of those videos, go on our website. You can do it right from there. Very simple box you just need to go to and fill in the blanks. Back to action now. 48 seconds to go in this ball game. Westview up 2, but East Noble with a basketball, a chance to
tie or take the lead with a 3. With the ball on the baseline is Klein. Good defense.
Oh, I thought Brady was going to.
Yeah, almost stolen by Brady. Savoy with it. Half a minute to go now in the ball game. Savoy controls it out front. Bounce pass down to Ritchie on the baseline. Then he pulls it back out front to Bowker.
I think one of the things that had to have been discussed is we'd rather give up the 2 than the 3 here.
Oh, yeah. 12 seconds. Van Gessel now to Savoy, who's not a good or Hampkins rather. He drives, puts it up, and Savoy banks it in off the glass with 2.6 seconds to go. They might make that an even 3, because when I looked when he called the timeout, it looked like there was 3 seconds. We'll see. We're all tied up at 54-54. With 2.6 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, we played really good defense on that possession,
We
and
did.
Savoy was just determined at the end and was able to overpower. It's where some of their strength has paid off. They've got some inside baskets tonight, and some of our guards that aren't quite as strong.
Well, I don't think we expected him to take the shot. Well, I think we were covering
The guys that had been
Yeah,
Their
and that's good strategy. Make a guy who
Right.
hasn't scored the whole game hit the game-tying shot.
exactly, yeah.
Unfortunately, we let him get about a 3-footer. But
Yeah, he had an easy lane to the basket.
so now we got 3 seconds, 3.3. Couple strategies. We could throw it to half court and call another timeout. Or we could, the coach has been pretty, so it's a little different scenario, but he's been pretty relaxed this year at the end of the games and letting the players figure it out.
Yeah.
So do we do that? Can we get anything better than a half court shot out of it? I don't know. You don't want to turn it over with a long pass that gets intercepted and they dribble down and score. But if we get fouled, we go to the line. So it'd be interesting to see what they draw up here.
Well, as I recall in that Central Noble game that Luke hit the basket at the buzzer, we had like 6 seconds to get it up, didn't we?
Yeah, we went coast to coast there in
Right.
6 or 7 seconds. And East
So-
Noble's going to pick up full court.
Luke will inbound under the East Noble basket. Now that we come out, East Noble calls another timeout.
That's got to be their last one. It's a full timeout.
Yeah, they've been they called quite a few in that first half, and now here in the second half. So we'll take a short break here. 30 seconds. We'll be back.
It'd be a little unusual for referees to call a ticky-tack foul in this scenario. Usually they kind of let them play in the last scenario like this with the tie game.
You don't, as a referee, you don't want to be the reason for a win or a loss in a ball game. Just let the kids play it out. Baseball pass to midcourt, right through the hands of Brady. Savoy with a shot at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness, we almost had another one. Savoy's shot hit off the back of the rim and bounces out, and we have overtime for the Big Blue Pit.
Yeah,
Another
you call
great
2
ball
timeouts, 3 timeouts, and you can't even get the ball inbounds. That's just poor execution, but they haven't been in that situation before, so now we get to play another 4 minutes.
Okay, we'll be back right after this 60-second break. We're back and ready for overtime from East Noble. 54-54 as we begin the overtime. 4 minutes showing on the clock here in the Big Blue Pit. Klein and Jethro Hostetler will line it up center court, and the tip is controlled by East Noble. With the ball is Bowker, playing with 4 fouls. Goes left, pulls it back right on the pass to Savoy. Savoy high on the wing. Gives off up top to Ritchie. Back to Savoy. He had the key basket that tied the game up with about, 6 seconds to go. Reverse layup is up and good by Klein on the feed underneath. So East Noble scores first here in the overtime.
And that's East Noble's first lead since their first basket of the game, I believe.
Exactly, 2-0. Shot from the left side looked good, but it didn't go. Popped out. That's what we've seen all of this second half, it seems like, for Westview.
Yeah, only 20 points in the second half for Westview tonight.
Scored 17 in the first quarter, 17 in the second quarter, 13 in the third quarter.
7 in the fourth.
7 in the fourth, yep.
Yeah, you wonder sometimes, we're a little bit undersized. The other team's thicker, stronger. Maybe we wear out a little bit.
Could be.
Legs go from playing so hard.
Yeah, because we seem to have a hard time holding on to leads.
I think this is to our advantage if East Noble's going to try to kill the ball here and kill the clock. Hold the ball and kill the clock.
Klein with it between the circles, beyond his.
Time 58-54. Quick three-pointer. Good by Brady. Pulls Westview back within one. Quick timeout called by Westview. Fourth three of the night for Brady.
Well, that was a big shot, to say the least.
Oh, man, was that huge.
That's a big confidence builder for the team as well. When you haven't scored for a long time, Brady hasn't scored in several minutes.
The 4-point lead seemed insurmountable.
Yeah, we missed there, and they get the ball. It's pretty much done.
The way we played, a 4-point lead is huge, but Brady hopefully got something started for us on our comeback here. After East Noble scored the first two of the overtime, and they've kind of had the momentum up until then. So let's hope we can get a stop here and take the lead.
Might be a matter of whoever ends up with the most points between Klein and Yoder win the game.
Well, that's probably right.
Team wins.
That's probably right. Klein with 29 and Brady with 27. Both outstanding performances here tonight.
The good news for Westview is the next time we get fouled, it's going to be 2 free throws automatically, since we've missed 3 straight 1-and-1s.
East Noble with 9 team fouls, Westview with 8. We're in overtime, 58-57. East Noble leads by 1. They have the basketball underneath the Westview basket. Jethro Hostetler will put on some pressure on the inbound pass, and now Westview comes up. Put on a little 3/4 court pressure here, or full court. Savoy with the inbound pass. It's it to Bowker, back to Savoy. He'll bring it up, and we have a whistle. Timeout called by East Noble.
Yeah, they were just about at 10.
Wow. Minute 33 now to go in the overtime. Yeah, they had to be 8 seconds, 9 seconds, something like that.
In fact, I thought initially I thought the whistle was for 10, but and I didn't know. I don't know how many timeouts they had left, so I was.
Well, do you get an extra timeout in overtime?
You do. Yeah, they gave you one.
So minute 33 to go in the overtime. Both teams on their bench for the full timeout here. Good to have you along with Westview Warrior basketball and another exciting game. Of course, we finished up the preseason or pre-Christmas schedule, I should say, and New Year's schedule at Lakeland. What a ball game that was, as it turned out. That was decided by a missed last-second full-court shot that hit off the rim twice, off the glass, and spun around and spun out. So the Warriors eked out a victory at Lakeland, and now we have another barn burner here at the Big Blue Pit here tonight at East Noble.
Well, as much as our offense has struggled, the defensive end is where we have not been as good this half.
And I think you made a good point that I think we've worn down a little bit. Richie in the corner left side gets his way out of trouble. Pass down low to Klein, or rather Van Gessel. He gets it out of trouble to Richie. Now to Savoy. Minute 14 to go, and a foul on Springer, and that'll be it for Wade.
I don't know about that. That was just a simple step through by Savoy.
Yeah, I didn't see much contact there, but
yeah, I don't see. We certainly didn't need to foul in a 1-point game with over a minute to go.
Right. No urgency there at all. Carter Savoy at the free throw line. He missed his previous free throw. Shots up, and he misses again. Oh, the rebound's chased down by Bowker, and Bowker loses his balance and then tried to bounce it off the body of Westview player, and it ricochets back to Westview. So a break for the Warriors, a chance for Westview to take the lead. Brady Yoder fakes a shot, covered up, goes to Wiley Minix from the corner, misses short. Good offensive rebound by Brill. He gets it to Jethro, down low to Helmuth, and he puts it in off the baseline, and good.
Good patience that time to move it around.
Westview up 1, 59-58, 33 seconds to go in the ball game. In the overtime. Klein inside, passes up the shot, gives to Van Gessel. His shot's way short. Tipped into the hands of Wiley Minix. Minix gets it to Brady, 20 seconds to go. Brady brings it up, fouled from behind by Richie. So that will send Brady to the free throw line with 1 in the bonus.
There's
going to be 2. Yeah, we're at 10 now. That was the night's 10th foul of the night.
Even if he hits them, it's still a 1-possession game where East Noble will probably be headed trying to shoot a 3.
59-58, Westview by 1. 17.3 on the score clock. Shots up, good by Brady. Cool as a cucumber, puts it right in.
Yeah, Brady gets in trouble when he doesn't take his time. That time he took a breath, took his time, drilled it.
28 now for Brady. And now 29 as he rattles that one in. So both Brady and Klein of East Noble have 29 points here. Westview with a 3-point lead now. That was huge. 61-58, 17.3 seconds to go in the overtime. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Back at East Noble, what a ball game we have here tonight. Westview retaking the lead now at 61-58. 17.3 seconds to go in overtime. East Noble will inbound underneath the Westview hoop. Savoy will inbound for the Knights.
Westview going to press a little bit to at least make him take some time off the clock.
Bowker crosses the timeline with a pass, goes right through the hands of Ritchie and into the East Noble bench. Ritchie was looking away from where the pass was coming from, thinking about the next move he was going to make. What a big turnover for East Noble.
Yeah, definitely a break for Westview that time. See, we were down 58-54.
Right,
I believe.
4-point deficit, yep. And then Brady hit that three.
Yeah, that really was
that was big.
Obviously the key.
Luke bounce passes it into Minix. Right back to Luke and an immediate foul. 10.2 seconds to go in the ball game now.
Well, Wiley has the potential here to pretty much end the game.
Wiley goes to the free throw line. And I'm trying to this is his first appearance at the charity stripe here tonight.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot a lot of free throws.
13 points for Wiley on the evening. And now 14 as he hits his free throw.
I would like to see us press because it takes time off the clock,
right,
and it makes them, they can't get a run at the basket and score in 4 seconds.
10.2 seconds to go in the ball game. Wiley hits them both. That gives Westview a comfortable 5-point lead now with 5 seconds to go. Quick three is no good, and a rebound to Brill. 2 seconds, and Westview's going to come out of the Big Blue Pit with a victory here tonight over the East Noble Knights in overtime. Our final score here tonight, Westview 63 and East Noble 58. We'll be back to wrap things up from East Noble High School right after this 2-minute timeout.
Welcome back here to the Big Blue Pit, where Westview has worked overtime tonight to earn a 63-58 victory over East Noble. Westview jumped out to a 17-14 first quarter lead, led 34-25 at half. Got outscored in the third quarter, but still led 47-41, and then tied at the end of 4 at 54. But Westview was down 58-54 in the overtime and scored the last 9 points of the game to pull out a impressive victory over East Noble tonight. For East Noble, Owen Ritchie had 6 points on 2 field goals and 2 free throws. Owen Van Gessel finished with 15 on 3 threes and 3 twos. Carter Savoy, who had the game-tying shot with 3 seconds to go in regulation, that was his only basket. Hunter Klein, who was the big gun tonight for East Noble, 29 points. He had 9 field goals, 2 3-pointers, and 5 free throws. Really nice, talented player out there for East Noble. Jacob Dean added 6, and Nathan Bowker added 6. He had 1 each of a 3, a 2, and a 1. For Westview tonight, Jethro Hostetler had 2 big free throws in the fourth quarter for his only 2 points of the game. Brady Yoder, 29 points tonight. He had 4 3-pointers, 6 2-pointers, and 5 free throws, including 2 big ones that gave us boosted the lead from 1 to 3 there in overtime. Brady had a big 3 when we were down 4 to bring us within 1 with a minute 44 to go. Wiley Minix, 15 big points tonight, and I thought, he did that despite having to guard Hunter Klein the whole game. And that takes a lot out of you, but he was able to hit some big shots, and then the final 2 free throws. Wade Springer had 2. Luke Helmuth just happened to hit the shot to put us in the lead in overtime.
Right.
He kind of has a habit of doing that. So he had 6 points total, 3 field goals. And Owen Brill, 3 big 3-pointers off the bench tonight. And where would we have been without those points tonight? So
key times, too.
Yeah, really a team effort, a gritty effort. When you blow a lead that you've led the whole game at the end and a team ties it, reassuring and, called the plays you want them to make. Went to a little press that really seemed to affect East Noble there at the end. And so credit to the coaching staff. If we hit our free throws, we wouldn't make life so hard on us.
I know. We just seem to kind of like these close games, I guess.
That's just something where the player has to get in the gym and just keep practicing. If we can hit them by sectional, we need them. So,
little side note here, Jamie. Brady came into tonight's game with his career points sitting at 874. So he's crossed a little milestone here. He crossed the 900-point mark in his varsity career. It's to 903. So congratulations to Brady on that.
Excellent. Yeah, headed for 1,000. No doubt he'll get that here in the next 5 or 6 games, I would think. So, credit to him and his hard work. He's having a great year this year. What's his average at 20?
Just about 20 points, yeah, 19. Yep.
Despite being
it will be tonight after tonight's game. It'll be 20.
Despite being a marked man every game and, and playing kind of the rover defense to help everybody else out at times. So,
well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the game started out with their big 6'6" Hunter Klein guarding Brady.
Yeah, it did. I think he got tired of that pretty quick. But,
right.
Great win tonight for Westview to pull it out after letting it slip away.
Overtime victory for the Warriors. 63-58 was our final score for the Big Blue Pit at East Noble. Glad that you could join us tonight for tonight's contest. Our next game will be Friday night over at Westview as the Warriors will host the Lovell Lancers. Tonight's game sponsor was Weaver Furniture Sales with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North, and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. This evening's game is also brought to you by Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Also by Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Stutzman Power Equipment, west of Shipshewana. Height Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange. By Freedom Finish Works. in Topeka. Also, Dry Forest Wood Products on County Road 675 West in Shipshewana. By LaGwana, your local creative services provider. By Animal Care Clinic of Topeka. Also by Avail Portable Toilet and Sink Rentals. Daily, weekly, or monthly rentals. By Jerry Standard Service in Middlebury. By Topeka Pharmacy. Also by the Van Buren Hotel in Shipshewana. And by Emma Warehouse. See them for Valspar paint and painting supplies. And by Ben's Pretzels, located south of Shipshewana on State Road 5. Tonight's game was a presentation of LaGwana Media and the IHSAA Champions Network. And that will do it here from East Noble High School tonight. We hope to see you out at Westview on Friday evening, as we'll come on right around 7:15 to 7:30 for that LaVille Lancer game this coming Friday. Good night, everyone.